Hi everyone. I'm Justin. Happy New Year. Well, it's almost New Year, anyways. So my friend Peggy wanted to ask some questions for some Go players to just kind of give an introduction of how we learned about the game, how we got to certain levels, or what we like about the game. So I'm just gonna answer a series of 12 questions just about me. So hopefully you can learn a little bit more about me and maybe it'll be interesting. I don't know. So the first question is, what is your current strength in Go? So right now I'm 6 down AGA, 7 down on Taijum, and then KGS. I don't play a lot of rated games anymore, but I'd say around 6 down. Although like maybe 5 or 6, so like give or take on what kind of day I'm having. Um, Second question is, how did you learn about the game of Go? So in the link description, I have a very much longer uh, post that I wrote like sometime a few months ago, basically about uh, my Go journey, so to speak. And so basically, I learned about the game through Hakone Go, and I was like back in middle school. I was um, reading the Shonen Jump magazines in the library, and then like I would read Ikonogo because it was kind of interesting. I didn't really like have any interest in the game, but like for some reason it was interesting to me. So then on the way back from a Boy Scout campout once, like my friend had a box of Shonen Jump magazines in his car, so I was just reading them on the way back one day from a campout, and then then I was like, oh, I'll go check it out when I get home, and then I looked it up online, started learning the rules, and then started playing on KDS. And then it just kind of went from there. What strength barriers were the hardest for me to surpass? So the first barrier, I mean, so I started playing in like the end of September of 2007, and then like back then I was still playing RuneScape, so like I was like mainly still playing that. Like I learned the rules and like I watched the anime, and then like I mean, I played every now and then. So I guess like maybe it took like 3 months to like get off beginner like tutorial island, and then like I was maybe like around 17k in December when I actually like started playing. Cause then like RuneScape changed the like PvP system, so like I stopped playing that, and I started playing Go a lot more. But other than that, then like 10k I spent like 3 weeks at, which at the time was kind of a barrier for me. Um, Other than that, like 1k to one dan was kind of a barrier because like maybe just the psychological thought of becoming a dan kind of like scared me when I was playing one dans. So that took like 6 months, and then after that, like starting from two dan, like the ranks got harder as they should, and I mean they just get harder and harder. So I mean I can't really call them a barrier. It's just like it just got harder. Right now is probably the hardest because for each dan you go up, like it just gets harder. How did I overcome the barrier? So in my post that I linked below, I have a lot of uh, stories about kind of how I overcame these barriers. Basically, like I read a lot of books, and sometimes I would just learn something that would kind of spark something, and then I'd be able to progress. Who was my first Go teacher? So I never had like an official teacher. My mom at some points she asked me if I wanted one, but I didn't want one. Um, so basically, I just read books and played games. I had a couple people who taught me for a bit on KGS, not officially, just like some teaching games. So there was like on KGS there was apparently Muttley taught me. I don't remember, but apparently he did. And then like a UTDE spy or like SB. Um, she's like someone from Texas. Like she gave me a number of teaching games actually, and I think I learned a lot from her because like I don't know, the way she taught kind of I guess influenced me for the rest of my up to now really. Basically, really drilling in like concepts and things that you should remember and like being firm I guess. Other than that, like I'm friends with a number of like strong youth players. So like Yunshen, Calvin Sun, who recently became pro last year, uh, some other high dons. So like sometimes we play with each other, or if I have a question, sometimes I'll ask them. So like we all help each other, as we get older. But for the most part, I just read books and self study. I look at pro games, watch some videos, do whatever. Um, what books helped you the most? So what is your favorite Go book? I'm actually working on like a book list of all of my books, and kind of I'm trying to just kind of briefly go over um, which ones I thought were really good and which ones you could probably skip. My favorite books are probably Lessons in the Fundamentals of Go by Toshio Kageyama, because that book is like very applicable to like people of almost all levels, and like every time you read it again, it's like you learn something new, and you can also like the way it's written is it's very fun to read, the language that he uses. Um, Attack and Defense from the Elementary Go series, that one's also a good one for like 10k to 1k. Even like after that, if you reread it, like it's still good to go over the fundamentals again. Other than those, let me just take a look at my library here. Um, those are the main ones that stick out to me. I mean, there's probably a few others that were also good. Like the Go problem books are always good. Um, I mean, really, you just have to practice. Do Go problems, play games, review games, and you'll get better. Which online Go service do you like the most or play on the most? So in the beginning, I like pretty much always played on KGS. I hated IGS because like I didn't like the interface. And then like I played on like World Baduk for a little bit, but then not for a long time. When Taijin got the English client, I started playing on there for a little bit. But still, like I didn't play there a lot. Like I probably have under 200 games on Taijin. So I mean, mostly I've been playing on KGS, but recently I've probably been playing more on Taijin because it's harder to find even games at like the mid-down level to play on KGS. And most of the games on KGS are also blitz, so like it's hard to get like a slower time setting. Who is your all-time favorite Go player? Well, so I guess I have a few. Um, I guess I can go talk about them by country. So Japan, I guess Yamauta is probably my favorite player, just because his style is it's very solid. It's very like calculated. So like I liked him for a while. China is Shuya, and yeah, mainly just Shuya. Like he's like a really sharp player, so I really liked him. And like right now he's not doing so well. Like he's kind of in a slump, but back when he was in like the top form, like his games were amazing. Like he would just crush everyone, and it was like his win percentage was, I don't know, through the roof. Anyways, and then Korea. So I like Korean players the most. I don't know why, just because like um, I don't know actually. I just like Korean players the most. Um, so from there there's like Park Jung-won, Kim Ji-suk, Lee Sedol, of course. Um, Nahyun he's like up and coming, but so I like him too. Who else is there? There's a few others. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but Park Jung-won and Kim Ji-suk are probably my two favorite Korean players at the moment. Just because they're both like their reading is very sharp, and like they play these moves that I wouldn't think of, but then they're like really good and they're really well thought out. And like I don't know, the depth of their reading is just astounding. What do you think is your main strength in Go? For example, do you excel at direction, counting, fighting, or territory? My main strength of Go is that, well, I have pretty good luck. Like I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm like really good in any one area anymore. My fighting used to be relatively good, but now like I my reading just can't like keep up with like other players. So I'd say like I win most of my games based on luck. Like they'll do something and then they'll do something bad and I'll just like take advantage. but in general, like my opening is like really bad. Well, it's not like really bad, but like sometimes I'll have games where I literally just lose the game in 40 moves because I do something bad in the opening. Um, and like there's a lot of situations where I don't know where to play, and I mean I think that's something that I need to improve and have a better sense of if I want to get stronger. My middle game is like really like uh, I don't know like how bad it is, but like I feel like I don't play well enough, and my reading is like really slow, so that hurts me a lot in like shorter time setting games. And I don't know, like my reading is not as sharp as like strong players. And my end game is like it's okay, but it's not that good. Like I still make a lot of endgame mistakes that I shouldn't. Um, I mean, so yeah, I don't really know where my strength lies. It's just like my opponents will make these really bad mistakes sometimes, and I'll just kill a group or something. I don't know. Um, is there a specific game of Go that you played that you remember the most? If so, what happened in the game? Um, so I have this thing where like I can remember games that I play in person for about 24 hours, and like after 48 hours, I can remember like half the game. So I mean, I don't really remember any game in particular. There's like a few games where like I'm winning the game and I do something really stupid, and then like I lose the game. Like those are pretty memorable. Um, but yeah, off the top of my head, like I can't really think of any like really important games that I can remember. The one game I played with Calvin's son that I I was winning the game by a good amount, and then I did something stupid. Like I got scared or something, and then like I lost the game by like a point or two. But that's probably like I don't know one of my better games, or whether he just messed up somewhere. I don't know. What do you love most about Go? I guess the people I meet, like that's probably what I like the most. Um, like I've met so many people through playing Go, especially like some of my best friends. Like I met them through Go, so it's really like a blessing, kind of. Mm, I don't know. It's fun and it's like stimulating. It's like mentally stimulating, and it's like always you can find out like I guess like the limits of your potential. That's probably what I like too. You can always try to get better and better and better. You can never like let's face it, like you'll never like be the best, but like you can always get stronger and stronger if you put in more and more time. So and you can see like results from it too, which is very satisfying. But I think social aspect is probably one of the things I like the most. Um, who would you like to tag to answer this questionnaire? No one in particular. I'm sure Yunshin will do this at some point. Other than him, like I don't know anyone in particular I want to tag. Just some other, I guess, information about me. I'm in college. This is my home. Usually I stream from my dorm, but I'm in winter break right now, so I'm at home. Uh, I'm a business management and psychology double degree, so I'm planning basically to either get an MBA or something like later on down the road. Uh, anything else? I started playing when I was 12. Uh, I think that's about it. If anyone else has any questions, you can just ask me, and I'll just give you a reply. I'm pretty fast with that. Like, I check my email a lot, so if you have a question about me, you just write in the comments, and I'll reply within like a couple hours probably. So yeah, happy New Year, everyone. I hope you could learn something about me, and I hope it was interesting, and you had fun watching this, I guess. Bye guys. Happy New Year.